Welcome back to the channel. So I have been archiving video footage for the last 2 hours. I will get to the channel soon, but I'm gonna pile all my subtitles on this one. I would just like to thank everybody, except the haters. But I'm gonna play one more thing for the last time, because it deserves it. And I don't know, the music will probably get me one more time. But what's happened is I'm moving to films and I'm doing kind of a commentary on them. And I guess I'm tempting. If people are interested in the movie career, which wasn't a career, but it did end up in a film that got rejected from Sundance, but it got sent to Sundance. I am archiving it. I'm going to put it up on Patreon. I think the Patreon is, I think it's dirt cheap. I think you can get it like $3 or something to start. I get 100 people to join up for 2 months. The channel would be funded for 6 months. That's how bottom of the rolling rung I am. So, hey, if you're interested in supporting the channel, I appreciate it. I'm gonna, call this my one attempt to try to fund the channel a little bit, and I don't got a more snazzy pitch than that. But I do talk about the club and I got, for unfortunately receipts right here, I got reminded of those days last night really hard. And if this channel was successful, we'd start a little GoFundMe if Paul would tell us his whole story and share and find out what parts are what. I had to come through a lot of realizations to get to this point in my life. But a person I worked with for years is in this video we're going to see, reached out. I can't help him. I can barely help myself. I can't barely turn to the people who like me on the channel, and then the people who support me enough. So you don't go no farther there. But I don't bullshit too many people, and we've got a lot of new followers now. And a lot more engagement in my ranting, just stuff. So I wanted to share the end of the Rock nightclub with you one last time, because there's names, there's things in here that if it doesn't make sense, some of the stories I tell, then I would assume they, my viewers think I'm a bullshit artist and I'm just making it up. And that's the thing.
Here is a metal funeral.
We fucking love you! Do the rock!
That was the scene I existed in. So, Rollen was standing on top of a car right now. Well, sitting, I believe, but I was on top of the car and I had him drive me by the fence. This is a smoking lounge at the Rock, Maplewood, Minnesota.
It hurts me to see all these other people that this place meant so much.
A well-known Twin Cities music venue is quiet tonight, the victim of a sluggish economy.
Loud, live, local music.
Miracles happen here for people. A lot of bands love this place. It's kind of like a mecca for everything.
And I'll tell you what, I've seen more dope shows in the Rock than I've seen anywhere.
The bands mingle with the people, dude.
Overdose, Milo 43, 14 Clicks, the list goes on and on.
Napalm Death, Hatebreed,
American Head Charge, Carnival. We've played here with Bubba Flex.
Nuisance,
Nuisance Crew back in the day.
Chimera.
Hey, this is Carlos from Hate Beast. Brian, this is Tush with Smiling Politely.
I play with a band called Sanasara.
Now I'm part of Rebirth Through Destruction.
I've been here with the band Six. I've been here with the band We Are Legion.
I'd like to say thank you for everything. It's probably my favorite place to play in the cities, and I think it speaks for all of us in Fantasy when I say that.
You guys have meant so much to the local music scene here, giving us all a place to play, you know, all us original people. So you got a million fucking bars doing the same goddamn cover bands. Thank God for you, man.
The times that you have here are really amazing.
You got these musicians, they're big, they're fucking rocking out, everybody wants to meet them.
Thank you so much for the experiences that I've had here, and they're priceless. You know, material things will come and go in this lifetime, but experiences that I've had here will last me for the rest of my life. And thanks to the rock, I get to have those.
I'm not in it. I made it. I convinced everybody to go in the bathroom and give these testimonials. What I did is I sold the idea of doing it. That's all I did. I'm the producer. Brian, and he'll be named, and it chokes me up every time. But here's where I loaded in with Scott Ian, right? While he was touring with Pearl. Here's where I saw Goodyear Pimps, and for the first time in my life, I waited with all my weed in my hand so I could smoke it up with the band, and they were too busy. I never wanted to whore myself to a band. I wasn't a groupie. And I was so impressed with these guys. I was like, could I make friends with this band? It's where I convinced, not convinced, but I spent hours out back with the drummer from Creator talking about geopolitical bullshit while the band was negotiating a contract issue. I got my first hoodie, which ended up in 15, 20 fucking hoodies. One of the guys that reached out to me for help yesterday, his hoodie's still sitting in my closet. But I do have receipts saying he banged my girlfriend, so it gets complicated.
It's a sign of the times. It's a very sad thing that this place has to close down.
But the beer is a-flowing. And we're having a good time. You've given me booze.
And all the great times we had here.
Because we always fucking do. Rock nightclub style.
All the Jack Daniels I drink.
Best day of my life in this bar. Nobody loves beer like this bitch.
I will have a drink, not one, but two.
In the odd chance something happens with this channel someday, and I have, Delta 8 is so great, have not really cared, but being there all, I don't drink no more. I will admit that anybody, if the channel makes it and this is seen and someone doesn't want to be in it, I would blur out their identity. This is one of those loosely created things that the energy of the last show was greater than the contractual arrangement. I would love for you to come over to Patreon and see the rest of the stuff. This is demonetized, turned off. I'm not trying to make a buck off it. I am quadrupling down with where the stories come from because I'm tired of feeling like I've lived too full of a life. I relate to a lot of shit sometimes, and I feel like, well, am I just lying to everybody? No. I lived in the middle of it. This, that, the other. From one end of the spectrum to the other. So, fuck it. I think it's okay that I'm telling my story.
Thank you.
Nobody. So just so you know, This worked because nobody's in there with them. I stood outside the door like a maitre d' because the camera's running. And I literally had to stop and start after every testimonial. But they did it so this is the woman's bathroom, the back bathroom, the green room bathroom in the Rock nightclub. I promise you, musicians that at least the rocking bus riders know have used the toilet they're sitting on. I'm just saying, they're sitting in the bathroom that the rock stars used. Showtime.
Thank you. Not fucking hell, but that's all good.
Yeah, I'm wasted, dude. Brian.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Brian.
Brian, it's Tyler. I love you.
Brian, hi.
Hey, Brian.
All right, Brian.
Hi, Brian. It's Ann.
I'd like to thank Brian.
And Brian, you taught me some things that I'll never forget.
You know me better than most people.
Became a family. That's what this whole thing's about.
Brian, you know what? What can you say about The Rock? It's kind of like an icon going down.
10 years of my life here.
The young lady that's crying in the background, if she would ever see this and put in the comments that she wants that part removed, I will. So a wonderful human being who really loved her job. And there was some people that were emotionally crushed when this place closed because I would venture to guess there are an unlimited number of clubs and stories like this. These stories are for the people that don't know. I'm not preaching to the ones that live. I lived in the studios for a while. I'm just one of 100 million stories of rock star decadence. And I'm no rock star. I just lived there. I just lived the life. I just didn't succeed as an artist. But what I did is I knew a lot of people. Now, I was some voyeuristic asshole. I could have been a photographer, this, that, or the other. I wasn't. I was aimlessly wandering paths of life, seeing what would stick. Now, the last couple years on this channel kind of let you know my choices are made. But the life experiences add up to the stories told. And, just like other people. They just, I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. It was a hell of an experience.
This is one of the greatest opportunities of my life, and you molded me to be who I am.
Everybody knows me as...
All right, fuck that. That big dude got me the job there. And then one of those ladies was my partner at the time.
Opportunities of my life, and you molded me to be who I am.
Everybody knows me as Zeus. I've been the front of house tech here for 5.5 years at the Rock nightclub in Maplewood.
Hey, I'm Ryan. I worked with Zeus.
Been shooting for The Rock nightclub for some time now. Greatest venue here. Status gonna go. Brian, the family here are great people.
Also, you gave me a job.
And I personally am obviously obsessed with Intro to Reality. I think that's the song. Pretty sure that's it. Yeah. Intro to Reality. I have to let it play because I'm going to turn off demonetization. That is the one song I get rights for. It's one of the few songs. That, and there's a whole Accept album. I think it's balls to the wall. No, it's Metal Heart probably. One of them, I believe, is like essentially would want to. If I made a movie for real, I would license that. Now, and nothing's licensed here. There's all friends, acquaintances. I was wrong. The person that called, if he was in it, he must have been at the very beginning. I didn't see him. Let's see. Actually, I don't know if he got in it. That's good. I'm glad the receipts are in the other phone. Yeah, like I said, one of those people I was actually with at the time. That is the world I come from, and it was a passionate thing. And the rest I'm moving over. So the deal is, I just do this one more time because I did spend a lot of years trying to make movies and being a goofball that way. I moved it all over. I'm going to move it all over to Patreon. And that, yeah, you're going to have to sign up if you're interested. But I think we made it available, so it's not that damaging. All right. This has been the movie years with Rolling Green. Just because I didn't change that title. And I'll give that to reactions soon. I got another hour probably of archiving I have to do because I want all this off YouTube. I'm going to try to narrow it down to just a reaction channel and then start trimming some reactions that don't get any traction or just sitting there. I mean, do we really need 4,000 choices? Be nice to have 3,900 choices that were worth watching.